is hard to believe that 10 races in, Subaru Rally Team USA is only at the halfway point of their long season. The Rally America Championship and Red Bull Global Rallycross Series combined to make a grueling and hectic year. Perspective can get lost amidst the chaos. Team owner Lance Smith is responsible for maintaining that perspective. With the Rally America Championship clinched for another year, and podium finishes becoming more frequent in Rallycross, Lance must now shift his team's year-long goals to the next phase. This is Launch Control. In the heat of the battle, there seems to be no strategy, no perspective. Simply put, win or bust. But amongst the chaos and the split-second decisions lies a bigger goal. On the first day of battle at GRC Charlotte, goals are falling into place.
It's a little scary to watch, but the car's going well, and give it a good look over tonight and see if we can't get a win tomorrow.
But that's all to come in a few days' time.
I started my career out as a welder and fabricator. You know, I was, a helper in a shop. I worked through the night and around the clock for no money. It's what I wanted to do. And it's really hard to get that out of somebody. A lot of our roads here in Vermont are back roads and dirt roads. So I greatly enjoyed in the way the car felt on these roads. For sure, I have to have a little bit of a different perspective and an eye on the priority. It's very easy to think about what we need for this race this weekend, but I'm looking for where we need to be at the end of the season to start next year. Although it does look very seamless on the outside and everything's working great, we're like a duck on water. The legs underneath the water are going like crazy to keep up with it, and the top just looks pretty smooth and it's carrying on. So I try to make sure you don't see the legs moving.
The daily grind in Vermont is the side of the racing season that the cameras rarely show. It's where 90% of all decisions are made. What happens here sets the stage for what happens on the track. There aren't many breaks in the season, but for the moment, all 5 cars and their crew members have returned to their homes and families. The rally cars have been reconditioned into pristine form.
I am changing 2 of the lift pumps so we can run a lower fuel level, which is less weight in the car.
This car, there's a lot of work that's gone into it, getting weight lower in the car and the balance of the car better, more suspension travel. We were putting some effort into it. It's a good car, so we're expecting a lot out of it.
Even back to like 2008, cars were nowhere near what they are today. Part of that is, the competition picks up, and so we had to kind of step up our game. This is probably by far the nicest car that we've done to date, and hopefully we can carry over a lot of stuff into the 2015 car and make that one even nicer.
A 4th straight championship title for the number 75 Subaru, and an incredible return to competition for Travis Pastrana is complete, with still 2 events remaining.
We're definitely off the pace. We got a long way to come back to, but it's been awesome. This Subaru is so much faster than what we had before in Rally America, but everything's starting to click.
I don't know if I'm allowed to listen to this, but he's a good teacher, so I'm going to jump on in.
David and I go back quite a few years. He's just an amazing guy to work with. He's very good at giving you setup knowledge. He's easy on equipment. He's always got something in reserve, and he knows that, and he can use that when he needs it.
The Rallycross cars are also well underway in their re-prep for Charlotte. These cars have seen their share of bumps and bruises in just the first half of the season.
a lot of variables. Like for me, I'll go down with the car and I get Sverre buckled in with all his safety gear and make sure his radio's working and do the final checks. Is the mapping right? Is the turbo good? Is a hose going to fall off it? Or we do a boost check? Or what did we miss and where did it go wrong? So every time I leave there and go down to the line, it's kind of like a small heart attack.
I have a hard time watching the races now. You know, I just assume probably be in the pits and not able to watch it than able to watch it because it's very nerve-wracking.
Every step of their journey to victory has been hard-earned.
The car came in multiple times at X Games for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, all you had to get it back out was 5 minutes. He radios me on his way down that he's got no clutch. And it's like, oh man, it's a horrible feeling because there was nothing we could do at that point. He just apologized over the radio for what he was about to do.
I gotta rev it up to about 6,000 RPM to jump it and hope it gets going.
Basically told him it doesn't matter, man, get it off the line, we'll fix it when it comes home. It took off. It wasn't a great launch, but it took off. Come on, Bo. Yeah! It was just a great race to see how much of a driver he really is. That was my first podium with a car that I've built and taken care of, and Bucky's first podium at the same time. We've told him before he's not a skater anymore, he's a driver that likes to skate.
For the technicians, the tasks today are a matter of routine, but the ownership and pride they've developed over the course of the season keeps the entire staff driven to reach the next level.
I know when I was younger, did a lot of really neat things, but you know, you just did them, you know. You didn't realize that you're really part of history, and that's what's happening right now. It's not magic, it's just getting all the right pieces in the right place at the right time, and then things start to happen.
We've been waiting a long time for a big win, and we're very close between the two drivers, Sverre and Bucky, and as long as one of us gets it, I'm happy as could be.
Charlotte Motor Speedway. This is the location for the 5th round of the Red Bull Global Rallycross season. Yesterday, Subaru was the team to beat. Bucky Lasek had blisteringly fast times in practice.
What was the difference this time in being able to get up there? A lot of drivers say when you're in front, it's actually easier than when you're in the pack. What was that like for you?
I saw those guys kind of go wide in turn one, so I just kind of moved down into the groove, and I just kept it flat out, man, and just stuck it in the turn.
Heat wins for both drivers means they start on the front row of this semifinal race. If they can clear the frantic first corner, they will be well placed to advance to the final. Both Subarus launch clear of the pack.
Stay in tight, follow fast, stay in tight.
But aggressive jockeying off the start pushes a competitor into the barrier, and the race is stopped.
Red flag, red flag, red flag.
They'll try it again, this time without the third competitor on the front row to get in their way. First corner chaos strikes again. But this time the red flag isn't waved. Sverre jumps out front. Bucky runs in third. With the top three moving directly to the final, both Subarus are in transfer spots. But again, a red flag is waved.
Red flag again, red flag.
Another car into the wall, and seemingly unable to move. Take three. the launch is less decisive for the Subarus.
Hold your line where you are, hold your line. Try and come in a little bit now, down on your inside, hold your line.
Sverre drifts wide and falls back. Bucky Lasek manages to leap into the lead.
On your inside, stay hard on your inside, squeeze.
Under pressure from behind, Bucky is nudged wide onto the loose marbles and into the tire wall. But this time, there's no red flag. Sverre picks up the torch for Subaru. After dominating the first 2 starts, the third attempt requires him to fight for the final transfer spot. For the last corner pass, he slides straight into the finals. In most forms of racing, a frustrated driver has days to readjust their mindset before the next race. Bucky, furious about being pushed into the wall, has mere minutes to put the emotions behind him.
Bucky, a lot of emotions out there today. What did it take to get there?
It takes someone not sticking their nose in on you when you're running at first just because they think they got the turn. It's happened a couple of times now. I'm getting fed up with it. Sticks his nose in again, it's going to get knocked off.
In the LCQ, he'll need to take a top 4 position to make it to the final. But right now, his car is getting a once-over before it goes out. There will be no room for frustration. He'll need to be disciplined and focused. His crew is out of time.
Guys, we gotta go right now.
We're going, he's in it. Yep. All right, Bucky. I'll see you in a few.
The orange Subaru heads out. Bucky does everything it takes and advances to the final. With Bucky on the back row and Sverre on the second, both Subarus need a great drive if they hope to find their way onto the podium. It's time to leave everything on the track. Ten cars barrel towards the first corner. The Subaru sandwiched in the pack. And the race is on. Sverre emerges in third and decides not to take the Joker on the first lap. A surprising call that drops him to fifth. Bucky is not holding back.
Muscle him, Bucky, muscle him.
He's moved up from 10th to 7th and right on the bumper of PK Jr. Mid-pack, dust is making it hard for Sverre to make any progress. He nails the Joker lap flat out to claim third place. And then an ambitious cut inside slides him into second.
Bucky, Joker, get out of the way of space, get out of the way of space. Right now, really chase these guys hard now.
Bucky's Joker lap moves him into sixth, while Sverre continues to defend second. The visibility leaves Lasek struggling to find passing opportunities. He'll have to settle for sixth. Sverre's outstanding start and world-class rallycross maneuvers see him take his first second-place finish in his GRC career. Celebratory donuts signal another milestone for a team that has been fighting their way up the leaderboard.
We've got 5 to go. We're halfway through the season. We've gained huge reliability this year and pace, so now we just need to tie it together for a string of events and walk away with the top spot.
Sverre steps onto the podium, or another step toward outright victories. Second place champagne tastes sweet, but the team knows that there's more to come.
I'm really proud to take this car to the podium, to second place. The Subaru is coming now, really coming. So watch up, guys. Soon we are fighting on top. And then...
A moment to celebrate and look at things from a different perspective.
Beautiful, beautiful. You are special. Why am I sweating? This is stress leaving my body. Very good job.